Hello, Christina's Raw Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I'm going to make some almond flour chia seed crackers. These are crackers that you could use with cheese and salami, cheese and meat. You could use it alongside anything. You can use it as a snack. You could use it for guacamole. You could use it for salsa. You could use it for anything. So I'm making it because we're going to have the leftovers of our soup from last night tonight, and we're going to use these alongside, and they're really delicious. So we're going to put everything together, make it so simple. It's really easy. There's only 2 and 3 ingredients, kind of, and 1 ingredient doesn't count. There's 4, but it doesn't really count. So we're going to start with the dry ingredients, which is a 1/2 cup of almond flour. If you like crackers, put the word, put like them in the comments. If you don't like crackers, leave them. And how would you use them? Tell me that in the comments. Thumbs up, hearts, share this video so that more people in the world can know that they can do this too, and an amazing high protein, low carb. All right, 1/2 cup of almond flour, 1/2 cup of ground chia seeds. So I put them in my Ninja Bullet and ground them until they were powder. And then 1 teaspoon of pink salt. If you want them less salty, then use less pink salt. I like them salty. And then we're gonna mix this, and we're almost done. This is so super simple. And there is the healthy fat is in the chia seeds and in the almond flour. There's no extra healthy fat added to these crackers. My other crackers are different in that regard. But these have they have even some protein, well, they have protein, and they have omega-3s. They have, they're great. They're so good, and they can get a little bit crispy, or you can have them a little bit thicker. I like to have them a little bit in between, not crispy nor thick. All right, so you can see it's all mixed. Now the last ingredient is the one that's not really an ingredient, but you need to add it, so it's an ingredient. It's a 1/4 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of fresh water, and we are going to mix it. We are back home in Fort Washington, Maryland, and the girls are out playing with some friends, and I was just having some time with a friend, and then I'm gonna go on a walk in a few minutes, and I went on a walk this morning with my walking group. So this one, you're going to want to keep kind of pressing into each other, because the more that the chia seeds touch the liquid, touch the moisture, the more they expand and become the binder. And the almond flour is very moist, adds moisture, and that also helps the chia seeds too. So you can see that it's very dough-like, and that's good. I want to keep, if you use a silicone some type of spatula like this, it helps. You can use a regular spoon too, but this helps it not stick, and you can really just kind of move it into itself. Kind of fold, move, press, and now it's done. Now we've just got to roll it out, and I'm going to use 2 pieces of parchment paper to do that. Tell me where you're watching from, and if you like crackers, put like them. Kim, I am making almond flour chia seed crackers. These are so great with nutrients, and then they are high protein, low carb, and you can use them salsa, guacamole, just on the side of something. You can use them with meat and cheese. You can, if you think of another idea, tell me in the comments. Those are my ideas, and they're good for all of them. It's a good cracker for all of that. So now I'm just going to transfer my dough ball to my parchment paper in 1 piece. And I'm going to connect it to this piece. And then I'm going to use a baking sheet. I already have my, you're in Rhode Island. Awesome, Kim. I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And I am going to make these. You don't want them too thin nor too thick. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm just going to roll it out into a rectangle as best as I can. It won't be perfect. And going each direction. And between 2 pieces of parchment makes it really easy, and it doesn't stick. So I also like to just kind of pull my rolling pin sometimes. Sometimes it feels like it goes a little bit faster and easier than just rolling it until I get it to a little bit more the consistency that I'm looking for. And I tend to get some pieces on the edges that are more thin than the ones in the center. And so sometimes I have to flip those earlier or take those out because you do want this to get golden, but if they're too golden, it's not the best flavor. Like if it's too almost like burnt, it's not as good of a flavor as it is with them more just golden on each side. So you have to just check it here and there. It's about 10 to 15 minutes on each side. Hi, Renee. I see your name pop up. It's like 10 to 15 minutes on each side. And right now, let me show you this. These are our almond flour chia seed crackers. They're on the thinner side is where you want them. They will be a little bit more crispy. So let me see if I can show you just how thin. You can see that's like, I don't know what type of 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch that is. But definitely the thin, you don't want it too thin. And sometimes that's where the edges get a little bit like that. Now you can double this if you want more of them. It does not stick barely at all. And now I'm gonna transfer, I'm just kind of like moving the ones where I can see through. I'm moving them to be a little bit thicker so that it doesn't end up burning there. But usually I tend to have to take out some of them before others. And you'll be able to like flip them, but I'm gonna show you, we're gonna cut them. So now I'm gonna transfer them to my baking sheet. And I got it just about right. Actually it's just fits. In terms of the width, this is a big baking sheet. So you kind of want to check that out to see before you roll it, but here's what it looks like. Now let me grab a butter knife and then I am just going to, you can make them whatever size you want. It depends on how I'm using them. If I'm using them for like cheese and crackers, then I'm definitely gonna want them cut in the size of like, or salami and crackers, like in the size of salami that I would slice, so that it fits kind of like a little sandwich. If you want them just like on the long side of something, then that might be a little bit different. So it's up to you. And this one I'm going to connect to somewhere because it's not connected. This one's not connected somewhere. The rest are connected. Okay, so it looks like this. And now we just get to put them in the oven and they're ready to go. They have a little, thank you, Renee. I like my pants too. Look at my pants. They're very fun. Lots of different colors, like color. My favorite type. Bright colors, bright patterns. All right, so we're just put them in 10 to 15 minutes, flip them. You'll be able to lift them, or you can use a little spatula and lift them too. And that's it. They're done, ready to go. And you can put them in a sealed container and you can store them and use them for a while, or you can just use them for whatever meal you're using. I am going to make some if my avocados are ripe enough, I'm going to use them. And look at this exciting cacao. This is a cacao pod, like that chocolate comes out of. We went to a cacao farm in Ecuador, and they used a special thing to make this so you could eat from it. But I want to put my guacamole in here. And I have cricket flour that is already seasoned for guacamole. I think that's what I'm going to use it for today. I know that not everyone will have access to that nor want to eat that, so I didn't make that as the recipe, but that is what I'm going to make my guacamole from, because I tasted it when we were at the frog conservatory, because they feed their frogs crickets because they're so high in protein. And they make flour out of them, and it's 71% of protein per whatever, whereas chicken is like 40-something%. So I'm excited because it actually tasted super good, and with these like ingredients I don't know, the spices that they used, and then you can mix it with avocado to make guacamole, and it's gonna be so, so good. I need to put my timer on. I'm gonna start with 10 minutes, but I might have to do it a little bit longer before I flip it, but I don't want them to burn. That's it. Have a wonderful night. I will see you later from my house in Fort Washington, Maryland, to your kitchen. Global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye.